Just kidding. Trippin' Billies, baby, with Gary G-Man Money.
The Trippin' Billies podcast, everybody. That's what we're doing today.
Trippin' the Billies podcast.
And it's
with your host.
Instrumental because of Elmo here. Elmo's the man, the myth, the legend.
Stop.
He's put all this together. He's the one that inspired all of this to happen.
Thank you. No, I appreciate the warm introduction, but simply put, I believe removing the obstacles for people to achieve their dreams starts with putting your best foot forward and put your fucking money and your energy where your mouth is, man. Role model the success you want to see. So I did. You came on board. A few weeks later, we're in your RV, your camper, your love wagon, your shaggin' wagon. I don't even fucking know. This is beautiful. I wish you guys could see this. Ready? I'm going to turn the camera around. Totally fell for that, didn't you? Trippin' Billies, I'm excited to be part of this production. Sponsored by Work It Out Podcast. Produced with MC Flicks. Broactive supporting us.
DJ Easy.
DJ Easy?
You know.
Easy.
Broactive in the house.
Yes, definitely in the house.
Hooking us up with
with their green cards. They're good to go.
Technical abilities.
Absolutely.
Testicle abilities, you know.
Yeah, they, them, us. We support all the love.
That's deep.
It is.
And shallow.
Really?
Hopefully.
Did we bring shallow Hal into this? Hey, if it bothers you, call me and we'll talk about it. Because what we really want to do is create the opportunity to engage in loving discourse. And that's what we're going to do with your show, right? We're going to talk about all kinds of fascinating things. Give us an idea, because right now this is pre-production. I'm not a guest. I'm the producer. We have our man, your man.
I've got a plan. I've got plans. I've got several guests lined up already, ready to come on the podcast and discuss things.
Like what, Gary? What things can people be excited to look forward to once we get this puppy rolling?
I think the most exciting thing that we're going to talk about is psychedelics.
Psychedelics.
For most people, because there is some entertainment value to psychedelic stories in general. But
entertainment value like how?
Well, I mean, I know this one guy, and he ate some mushrooms of a specific variety that cause you to see gnomes that attack you, and then they have cousins.
Bro, you totally had me going. I was like, I want to hear about this story.
See? You wanted to hear about it, and it was your story.
Yeah, fuck that. We're not talking about my story. That's a whole nother story.
But
true statement.
But
fucking gnomes.
Stuff like that is great. I recently saw Shane Moss, who's a comedian, stand-up comic, funny guy, and he does a whole show based around psychedelics.
Okay.
And it's hilarious, and it's especially hilarious for people who have any experience with psychedelics, because all the stuff he says is true, and you're just going, yep, I've been there.
Psychedelics is a scary word for people who are generally white conservatives and people who don't want to...
You can say Republicans here. It's okay.
Okay, fine. I will. However, I just want to name drop white conservatives. I want to increase our likes. No, but seriously, I grew up in a way where smoking weed and all these things, it's shame, psychedelic shame, reefer madness, shame.
Yeah.
How are we going to, how are you going to bring down that boundary? This fucking guy. It's the shit we got to do.
Mark just pulled out his ass, everybody. I don't know why, but he has way too much hair on it. I'm going to help him later. Later, I'm going to buy you some wax, son, and I'm going to put that on there. It's just, it needs some wax.
No. This is where I hope Trump wins, because we need to bring the border back up, because this motherfucker hopped that bitch. It was too short. That's what happened.
Oh, Jesus
Look at this
Christ.
fucking thing.
Do you even wipe, bro? Do you even wipe? What's going on over here? I swear to God.
You know what that is?
Anyways, back to our let's go back to our psychedelic talk.
Before we go, that's human Velcro.
It is. You ever seen those things where you run and jump on the wall and you just say, yeah, that's it right there.
That's Mark's ass. Okay, guys.
Damn.
Hashtag Mark's ass.
Hashtag Mark's ass. Let's trend on Twitter, everybody. Let's just go crazy.
Hashtag Mark's hairy ass. Wow. If my kids were here.
So anyways,
Epstein would be happy. Like, I don't know what else to say. What the fuck?
I don't know what just happened.
Focus.
Dude,
This is what we can expect.
this is what you're gonna expect from
This is
all
what-
of the Work It Out podcasts. Every single one. This is what you're gonna get.
This is what happens when you feed your staff Quick Trip food. It's pretty simple. Spend more money on Caesar's Little Pizza.
So, back to where we were before the ass came into the picture.
Yeah, that was fucked up. Make sure we edit that in. So what else?
So you asked me
talking about the psychedelics and why that's for some people. That's like, how can you invite people into a healthy discussion where they're disarmed and willing to truly invite the possibility of the benefits of psychedelics?
Yeah, that's a hard question because I've been there and we've had talks. Like I'm in part of the Arizona Psychedelic Society,
Okay.
and we've had group discussions about that specific topic because when a person experiences psychedelics for the first time, it can be life changing. It can be like your whole perspective shifts, and you're like, oh my gosh, everyone needs to know about this. And in the back in the 50s and 60s, Timothy Leary and Richard Alpert, who later was known as Ram Dass. These guys were professors at Harvard. They were psychology professors at Harvard, like one of the most prestigious institutes in the entire country. They were professors there. And these guys tried LSD that was sent to them by Sandoz Labs with an explicit thing saying, try this and see what you guys think. Was because they wanted to know what to do with this drug, because it was like, oh, this thing like makes you fucking see stuff and like have life-changing experience. Here, try this, see what you think, and so all these psychology departments all around the world got sent packages with this stuff that they had no idea what they were getting into. And so Timothy Leary, Richard Alpert, they take this stuff and they go, holy shit, we have the answer. And it was like, everyone needs to do this right away, but that's not really how it is. And everyone should not do it. But I can understand why they were led that way, especially in a world that didn't know what these substances did. Yeah. It was completely novel territory for everyone. So now you're still in that area because for 50 years, the government has basically like cut off all information about these things. And they just put this propaganda out that it's bad. And that was it. They didn't give you any more than that. It's bad. Don't do it.
Right.
Just say no. Just say no. That's it. That doesn't help anyone.
True.
Abstinence is bullshit. Ain't nobody gonna be abstinent. We're gonna have sex. Stop it. Stop saying just say no. That doesn't work. Say what the fuck it actually does so people can learn and not do it to where they'll hurt themselves. That's what can help people.
I have a question.
Okay.
And then we'll move on. Gary's going to answer why the government didn't want everybody to know that it was so awesome. Right, Gary?
There's so many reasons, but okay.
We're going to save that for another episode.
There's a lot to that.
Because that's a whole thing about why the government doesn't want us to be able to have access to these type of things. I'm going to say it's a lack of control and freedom of the mind and freedom of the spirit.
It's all about control.
It is.
It really is all about control, but there's greed involved. There is so greed and control are the main two things. Like if you really boiled it all down, that's really where you're at. Because, I mean, hemp.
Yes.
Hemp should have been the main thing. We wouldn't have had to cut down most of the Amazon if we used hemp. We can use hemp to make paper. We can use hemp to make clothes. We don't need to grow trees for nearly the amount of things we use them for now.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Paper? Why would we use trees for paper? It makes no sense.
Oh, plastics.
It takes forever to grow a tree.
Yeah.
Hemp grows fucking fast. It's a weed.
Strong.
It's very strong.
Biodegradable.
Biodegradable.
Sustainable.
Totally sustainable.
Way healthier for the planet.
Doesn't even get you high.
But costs too much for the groups that don't support lumber.
No, it doesn't cost them more. It takes away from the groups that make money on lumber. That's all it does.
That's what I'm saying.
That's all okay, so there's a lot of reasons.
I'm dying.
What did you do? What is this? I'm drinking White Claw, which is I know, but I'm on this keto. I'm on this keto diet, and like you can't have carbs, and these only have like 4 carbs or something in them, so I can drink
the
this.
keto diet.
No, it's good. I love the keto diet.
keto diet.
I love the keto diet.
Fucking, you pitch for the Yankees?
That was planned.
Fuck.
Okay.
Wow, that happened.
So, anyways, it becomes a real challenge when you enter into this psychedelic space, and now you feel like you have all these insights and you have all this like new world perspective, but you can't share it with anyone, right? You can't talk to your own family about it because they're gonna go, "You're doing what? They're gonna judge you. You're gonna be judged." That's what's gonna happen. So, I get it. I totally understand, and that's a lot of things, not just psychedelics. That goes with a lot of different things. If you take up a new hobby of any kind, people are gonna be like, "What are you doing over there?" You know, like they're gonna have questions. You know, and sometimes they're not gonna feel comfortable with it. Especially when you have your own OnlyFans page, which I know you do, Elmo.
I do, man.
And so does Mark's ass
Hashtag
now.
Mark's ass. Hashtag I love curly fuckers. So I swear to God, his ass.
I'm gonna braid his ass hair, dude.
No.
I'm gonna braid it. He's not gonna be able to take a shit for a week.
So
It's gonna come out like fucking Play-Doh spaghetti. It's not gonna be good.
it'd be like a jungle gym for midgets. Like that's what I'm
It
thinking.
would be.
You get a couple of shorties in there, bro. They're gonna never get out of that thing.
Climb the cargo net. That's not a cargo net.
So I have a question for you.
All right.
You mentioned, you know, you're gonna be uncomfortable, right? We talked about how do we help. I mean, the shroud of the word
Psychedelics.
psychedelics. So, on your journey through Trippin' Billies, with the people that you're going to bring on as guests, anywhere in there are you going to address and bring on potentially people that can help bridge that divide?
Absolutely. And I'm also going to bring on people who have an opposing view. I don't mind talking to someone who completely disagrees. That's fine.
Okay.
I mean, I want to hear all sides. I don't want to just hear my perspective and stay in this little bubble of like happiness and joy. Sometimes you need to feel the other side, and you need to align yourself with the other side so that you can really understand them. If you can't understand the people who disagree with you, then you really don't have an argument.
I just said that.
Did
To
you?
him.
Oh, yeah. I think you did.
I said it to Mark's ass. I told them, I said, if you don't know both sides,
Yeah.
you know, if you really want to be educated, know both sides.
Oh, you were talking about emotional intelligence.
Yes.
Yeah, that's no,
Big
absolutely.
belief.
Absolutely.
Big belief. And I tell you what, if you're emotionally unstable and you're fucking high, shit, man, you're gonna be in for a ride.
What? Dude, I'm not going camping with you again. Stop begging.
No, that was one time.
So,
And just so you know, the raccoon was real.
dude, I wasn't there for the raccoon, but I believe you. I
Wait.
believe you. I wasn't there for the raccoon. That was you and Shane. I was not there.
Yeah, that was fucking. Shout out to Justine's brownies.
Justine's brownies. Oh my god.
Oh,
Okay.
dude.
Never again.
Dude, I
Never
don't even
again.
know. Now I wake up the next time like, I have eggs and brownies. Let's fucking do it. So, I'm excited to see, you know, how this pans out for you and what journey you go on. What's the most exciting thing you think you're gonna experience or may happen, or what you're looking forward to?
Well, you know, I just want to talk to different people, and there's some people I would love to have on my show. You know, there's heroes in the mushroom and psychedelic community that I think would be amazing to have on. Paul Stamets is a mushroom guru that like. There's some people who don't like him though. There's a lot of people who think Paul Stamets is doing the wrong thing, and you know what?
Okay.
I understand where they're coming from. I just disagree with them. I think that he's doing something very needed, and you have to make money sometimes to get those things done. You know what I mean? It's a necessity. So you can't fault somebody for trying to make some money to help the cause get further down the road. That's
honestly,
it. I know it's a slippery slope.
No,
I do.
I'm big on, if you're gonna prevent someone from doing what they're going after, and you're using that, oh, you're not staying real to the cause, fuck you.
Yeah, that's true, man.
And you know, and the person.
Oh, you sold out. Blah,
Yeah,
blah.
you know what I sold out? I sold out for me to build the life that I want to chase,
Yeah.
and the dreams that I want to build.
I would sell out in a heartbeat if it would get me to be able to live my dream. Oh,
Yeah.
of course. That's the whole point. What are we doing here?
And if your dream is climbing Mount St. Mark's asshole.
Why is it always going to come back to his asshole?
Because, bro, I'm going to have dreams about that.
Everybody's going to have dreams about that.
He pulled it out.
I know.
And it's thick.
And it wasn't even prompted. He just did it because he felt like it.
I want to give shout out to the real ass of the internet and TikTok. What's his name? Sir Assalot, that guy who does he fights bulls and shit, that fucking guy.
What?
Dude, it's the second time I bring it up. Mark's second place. If we marketed Mark's ass like that, it'd be juicy, dude. Everybody, we put a wig on him.
Bootylicious.
We couldn't take him to a party in Compton. No fucking way. They would fucking crush.
You know, you seen the guy when he's on the car and he has like yoga pants?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, Mark. You're in for it now, buddy.
You know what? We could do, hey, we're raising money for cancer patients, and Mark's wearing a fucking...
We're shooting a podcast right now, everybody. We are. I swear we are. I know we're talking about Mark a lot, and you can't see Mark because he's just over there with his ass out.
Mark's
sitting
beautiful,
on
baby.
Yeah, just chilling.
He started this shit.
He did start it. It's his
Spanx.
fault. Spanx?
We put Mark in Spanx.
Mark in Spanx.
And a blonde wig.
Oh, yeah.
And some heels.
I shot a music video like that one time.
I believe it.
I wasn't wearing those, but some other dude was.
You fucking wore... What the fuck did you wear? Chips Ahoy?
I wore
bra?
a candy bra. I wore a
bra.
candy. Yeah, that was good stuff.
Yeah, and there were kids around. I'm just
You
kidding.
weren't there, were you? You didn't come up to
kids.
Flag, did you?
No. Yeah, he
Were
was
you?
there.
You were there? I was drunk. I don't fucking know.
You know what? I recognize you, Mark, and I recognize you for that.
All I can see is your ass now. It's not my fault. Yeah.
I see an eclipse.
Anyways, yeah. So Paul Stamets would be awesome. I don't know if I'll ever get him. I mean, he's getting older now.
Paul will come on the show.
I have his signature tattooed to my ribs.
I will definitely get him on the show for you.
Also, I definitely got to have Duncan Trussell on. Duncan Trussell's like my spirit animal. That dude.
Okay.
I think I could get him. He'd be down.
Everything is going to come in due time.
He'd be down. But I've got scientists lined up. I've got Terry Clement out of she lives up near Cottonwood area, I think, and I've got Jess Starwood that's out in California. I've got Alan Rockefeller that's out in California. There's a bunch of people I want to get on, and then there's local people. You know,
That's awesome.
my first guest is going to be Troy Madsen.
Ooh, shout out to Troy.
I'm really looking forward to Troy because he started the Arizona chapter, Arizona Psychedelic Society. He's got his own 501c3 nonprofit, and I work with him to help, promote events, and I'm part of the member committee, and we've done a lot of really fun things and really community building things around psychedelics.
Tell us the purpose of the community.
So, the purpose is just education. That's the main thing. Is we want people to understand what all the different psychedelics are, what the dangers. Harm reduction is a big thing with us. We want to make sure people don't do these things unsafely because we want them to be legal. Ultimately, I want all drugs to be legal. That's just my opinion, and I know a lot of people are going to disagree with that, and that's okay. But if psychedelics are legal, and we can educate the public, and people can do them safely, they can change a lot of lives for the better. And it's not going to be, some crazy people going nuts in the streets situation. It's going to be a situation where people do them in a ceremonial way, where you're safe and you're looked after by someone who knows what to do in those situations where something goes sideways. And nothing bad's gonna happen in those situations.
I'm raising my hand because I want to interrupt and play the devil's advocate.
Go ahead.
Of course, you're going to have the trolls on the other side. They're going to be like, oh, foo-foo, bougie, druggies want to do stupid drugs and feel good about life and be all happy and shit and find their inner self. Of course. That's why.
Yeah.
Right? What could you say, or what would you say to someone who is on the fence and scared and nervous because of the way they were brought up, the narrative that they were taught, the religion that inspired them, that if they do this, they're going to hell.
Yeah.
Right? And you're not trying to convince anybody to do anything.
No.
But how do you think you can bridge that divide? Because those are the people who truly can benefit.
Oh, they would definitely
because
benefit.
they're under so much suppression in the life that they live and the narrative and the institution that they live under.
So, I mean, for one thing, yeah, let me preface it by saying, no, I'm not trying to convince anybody to do anything. Do whatever you want with your life. We get one life here on this planet that we know of, and do whatever you feel is right for you, right? But I will say that even those ultra religious people, right, that are just super into God, this God, that God, I don't care what God you are into. If you're into this God and you're all devoted to it, well, maybe you should know like the history, the actual history of where that came from. And I think that a lot of the religion stories came from psychedelics. Human beings have been using psychedelics for thousands and thousands of years. And to think that they didn't have an influence on people who have these wild stories, like all these miracles and all this stuff that happened, the Epic of Gilgamesh and all these things that have happened in the past, these are incredible stories that are like, how? Like in today's world, we look at those and go, did it really happen that way? You know, we see Hollywood movies and we go, oh, that's fucking crazy. Look at that. Look what they did. Humans can make up epic stories. We're very good at it. We're very good at it.
How Jesus was born.
Immaculate. Yeah.
Right?
I mean, yeah.
Right now, if that happened in a different country, be like, yo, you got to pay rent.
Yeah,
like,
I know who you. It was that dude down the block, wasn't it? No, but my point being that if we have dumbed down and watered down church.
Yes,
like church has become this place where you go and you do things, a ritual that has really no meaning to you. You can put meaning into anything for yourself mentally, but back in the days when all this stuff came about, there was real meaning in these ceremonies. Like the mysteries of Eleusis, like they would go there and people would be coming out, being carried out like halfway conscious because they have just experienced God, you know, and none of them, they were sworn to secrecy about what happened inside that cave by penalty of death. If they told anyone what happened in there, they were killed. And so nobody told anything. That's for you. That's between you and God. And that's how I think it should be, because it's a personal thing.
Yes.
We come into this world alone, we die alone. We that's it. We have to depend on our own experience.
Yes.
And so when you start reading other people's interpretations, you're not really truly experiencing this journey that is life.
I offer an additional perspective to that statement.
Okay.
I believe if you choose faith over fact, you accept the role of that faith. So if you buy into whatever religion, and you're like, you know what, I believe in this, and if I do this, I will have this, and if I do these things, and I will be blessed with this, and I will give this, and I will bring soups and make salads and shit and tithe, and you get the life that you believe you get because of what you did, God bless you.
Yeah.
My challenge with that is leave a little room for flexibility.
Yeah.
Leave a little room for, like, I know my God says if my daughter's gay, I need to kill her.
Right.
That's fucked up.
Right.
And, you know, there are people dead ass who get rid of kids and can't handle things. But in today's world, you know, the strength is in the, yeah, sorry, Mom. Sorry, Dad. I'm gonna be all right. I'm going to go this way.
Yeah.
And there's more support in that. So I think if there was a time for change and flexibility, it's shows like this that can bring people on that could present a good discussion, have a healthy argument, bring a good medium to show different sides, and hopefully reach an audience that is willing to be like, you know, I'll try that.
Yeah.
And if we can help not just one but two, but if we can help role model the change that we want to see in the audience, that's where I believe we change the world.
I'm trying.
And so I am happy as hell to be part of this with you. I'm excited as hell because when I was dreaming this up, you were always part of this. And, you know, you do not ever not deliver, G-Man.
I try.
So,
you know, and I'm not. This is not like I came up with all this on my own either. You know what I mean? Like,
No, it's an evolution.
I've read so many books, and Brian Mararescu's book. It's the Immortality Key. It talks about the mysteries of Eleusis. It talks about Christianity beginning, in the secret society of people who tried to hold on to those things. And what bothers me, it bothers me so much. People go to church every Sunday, and they do this communion stuff where they're drinking grape juice and eating a cracker, right? And it's like, that's supposed to be, the blood and the body, and you're supposed to have this religious experience. Whereas back in the day, they were drinking fucking, psychedelic laced wine and eating a mushroom, and then they were really talking to God. You know what I mean? They were having a real experience. That's way different than what's going on now. And I feel like, there is something to be said for church, though. There is something to be said for being in a community and having all these people surrounding you that have the like mind.
Yes.
That is a huge thing for humans. We are social creatures. We benefit greatly from that, not only in our psyche, in our hearts, but like monetarily in society. We do better because we are surrounded by all these people that can help us.
Yes.
And so I get it. I totally get it. But I just don't think we need to lie to each other to get that. I think we can do that without lying to each other.
No peace is part of peace. There will be no peace within peace.
I saw Independence Day.
Think about this for a second.
Okay, all right.
In order to have peace, you have to overcome conflict.
True.
So there is no peace without conflict.
Yeah. There's no dark without light. That's true. Yeah.
What is the evolutionary vision or the evolutionary path of humanity is recognizing emotional intelligence, and I'll say this,
Mark, whipping your ass
recognizing-
out. That wasn't emotional intelligence, man.
So recognizing without conflict I can't find peace. The evolution of humanity comes from recognizing I don't have to lose my shit when I don't have peace. When I get mad, I don't have to go fucking apeshit. And where psychedelics comes in my opinion, is adults who have suffered traumatic trauma in their youth can use these psychedelics to find the place in their mind to manage, or not to manage, that's a cheap way of doing it, but to address them. And through therapy and through counseling and through the use of these drugs or psilocybins or what do you
Just
call them?
substances will work.
Substances, right?
Yeah,
Fuck it,
I
man.
mean-
It's just shit that you put in your body that helps you get you ready to go.
Yeah.
But it starts with the real sense of faith that comes from a flexibility in a viewpoint, meaning maybe I can try this if I'm open to it.
Yeah.
But if you're not open to it, you never will. Simply put, stated.
Gotta have an open mind, man. Gotta have an open mind, no matter what.
The
It's just-
human body is designed to protect you and to lead you. If you say nope, it's going to be no,
Yeah.
right? If it says yes, it's going to be yes.
I remember when you tried Hoppe the first time.
Fuck yeah, dude.
He said, nope. He got up and ran across the room.
The first time. And then the second time, my ego was in full effect, so I tried to show off. And I swallowed.
He did it all
Cow
wrong,
sperm.
folks. He
Fucking
did it all wrong.
And this motherfucker, let it be known. He goes, hey, guys, you want to try this? And we're like, no. And then we do it. And we're like, oh, my God, it's disgusting. And then we do it again. And all of us having these worldly,
Go to Work It Out podcast.
Experience.
You can see what happened. It's pretty good stuff.
true statement. Another episode of Working Off like this. But let me finish my statement.
Okay, sorry.
This motherfucker, after it's all said and done, he's like, there's another way to do this. And we're like, what do you mean? He goes, well, the proper way to do this. And we're like, what the fuck you mean? He goes, well, I've only done this like 12 times. And we're like, what the fuck are you talking about? He goes, well, I wanted you to have the real experience. We're like, obviously, we're not having the real experience. We're having this fucking savage Tarzan experience. which was dope.
That's just what the podcast
And
needed.
the
I'm sorry.
podcast, if you subscribe to that motherfucker, will be quite enjoyable. Let's just say.
So, anyways, I hope to talk about psychedelics and scuba diving, sharks, conservation. There's so many topics that I want to dive deep into, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I think it's gonna be fucking awesome, man.
Yeah.
And I think we can end with that. And this is the process of building something beautiful, chasing your dreams. Work It Out Podcast is providing that vehicle, this medium, with the help of Broactive, MC Flicks, and sponsors like Gary and Able Trees. No,
Able Tree Care. You're gonna
Able
get
Tree
ready though.
Care.
Trippin' Billies podcast is coming to you live. We're gonna rock this world pretty soon.
we are. Do you have a clever thing to end it with? Are you gonna work on that? He doesn't have shit, ladies and gentlemen. So I'll make one up for him. Keeping it green, keeping it real. Shitting on grass makes shrooms surreal. We'll see you soon, everybody.
Wow.
I just made that up. That was awesome, right? What the fuck was that? My creativity. I didn't have enough drugs in me. That's all.